Hey there, everybody. It is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur, and welcome to another episode of State of the Real Estate Market with yours truly. Today, we got a great topic. You know, our topics are great every week, so you'll always hear me say that. But today's topic is it's a question that's kind of come up a few times in the past couple of weeks, and it's in regards to people listing their homes and then also looking to purchase a home. The reason that this has come up is because I've had a number of sellers that want to sell their home, but the issue is, where do they move to next? And then how do they go about that process? Because it's been a challenge. And what I mean by challenge is because the inventory is low. If you guys have been following me, we are aware that we are in a real estate inventory shortage. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into things. And for those who are watching this video or YouTube for the very first time, be sure to like and to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We want to make sure that we are providing value to all those who are taking the time out of the day to actually view what's being said and what's being shared with everyone. With that being said, let's share the big screen with them. Here we go. There we go. How to list your home and find your next home. State of the Real Estate Market with yours truly, Chris Brown. This is a channel where we not only talk about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about building generational wealth and other interesting entrepreneur activities that are going on in the worldwide world out there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into it. So one of the big things that a lot of people are saying is, with the current market, we don't have to worry about the whole COVID-19. There are some requirements that are still new. It's part of the new norm as you're going through this process of either listing your home or looking to buy that next home and make that transition. A lot of the big rush, especially with a lot of the cash buyers that we had during the summertime, you're not experiencing that big rush as much right now. It is still there where you're getting multiple offers, but not as much as it was before. So it has slowed up a tad bit, and it's just keeping an eye on it. Will it stay that way? We'll see. There's a couple of things that are going to be happening, especially next week. And that's with the foreign borders. If you guys are familiar with that, the foreign borders, November 8th, I believe, is the date where there's supposed to be a release on that guideline. And it's going to be probably a number of people that are going to be wanting to leave their country and come to the United States. And probably, as everyone has been, they probably want to come to Florida. And that's been a big thing. A lot of people have been wanting to visit Florida and see what's going on. What do we have to offer? Especially when you had, in my area, we're in Tampa Bay area, we have three of the top 5 beaches in the nation. The number 1 beach in the Tampa Bay area, or not just the Tampa Bay area, but the nation, is St. Pete Beach. Then we have the Clearwater Beach, which was for a number of years ranked number 1 and 2, back and forth for a number of years. We have Madeira Beach, John Pass. We also have Siesta Key, all short drives away from each other. Siesta Keys, Anna Marie Island. These are definitely the top 25 beaches in the nation. But like I said, we do have 3 of the top 5 right here in the Tampa Bay area. So don't be scared. All right. So what I wanted to get into today is giving you 7 tips for listing your home. Because if you're thinking about listing your home and you want to move somewhere else, you got to really be mindful of what you're listing your home and things that you're doing as you are listing your home. And the first tip I wanted to share with you guys is, what does your property look like online? And what I mean by that is, what does your home or similar homes like yours look like online? Are these homes in good condition? Are they move-in ready? Are these homes that need updating? Are these homes that need repairs? this is a good opportunity to really see where your property stands. You look to see what has sold in your local area, especially if it's similar to yours. If you have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home that's 22 to 23,000 or 22 to 2,300 square feet, 23,000 would be a huge house. That wouldn't even be a house, that'd be a building. But with that being said, this is tip number one. Really see where your home fits and where it stands in comparison to other properties that are on the market. See how long they're actually staying on the market. See if you are finding these homes on other websites and seeing how, if people are making comments or any reviews about these particular homes. The second one is show ready mindset. This is so key in preparing yourself, but not just your own self, but also the whole household. All the family members, if you have kids, make sure the kids know. Make sure that, hey, we're getting ready to list this home. And when you're listing a home, you want to make sure that, hey, instead of kicking your shoes off at the front door, how about you take them off, grab them, and then take them upstairs to your closet and place them in your closet. Let's not leave them in the middle of the floor. With your toys, instead of just leaving them on the floor, let's make sure that when we're done with them, that we're putting them away and not just leaving them out. Those are some tips or things to keep in mind. The cleaning, wiping down cabinets, not leaving dishes in the sink, making sure, say, landscaping on the outside, especially that. You want to make sure that that is up to par. Cutting the grass. We're getting into the cooler months, so I know at least here in the Tampa Bay area, the grass doesn't grow as fast as it was. I know at one point I was getting my lawn cut once a week, and even getting it cut once a week, it was still after about 5 days, it looked like it needed to have a cut. So you can tell the difference between 7 days and say 10 days. There's a huge difference. I was calling and saying, hey, you guys come to cut the grass because it was growing so fast. But at this time, grass doesn't grow as fast. So keeping an eye on the landscaping, exterior and interior of the home. Everyone having a show-ready mindset, making sure that the home is going to be prepared and that you are ready to everyone to be on their P's and Q's for the time that the property is on the market. Pre-listing inspection is the tip number 3 that I like to share. This is a big deal right now, especially in the market where people are buying homes and they're offering, asking, if not above asking. Now, to create buyer confidence, and then also with a higher level of buyer confidence, there comes a more willingness to pay a little bit extra. So getting top dollar for your home, pre-listing inspection will, one, let you know what's going on with your home. Knowing what's going on with your home, it may have a number of small things that you can take care of on your own. If it's anything major, if you're in a financial position where you're able to take care of those items, perfect. If not, then you can at least disclose those items before the home is actually placed under contract. Like when it goes on to the market and people are reviewing your homes, you make them aware of certain things that were wrong with the home that you had fixed, and certain things that you didn't have fixed. And that way they know before getting into it, and that builds buyer confidence. And when your buyer's confidence is a bit higher, then buyers are willing to pay a bit more, especially in the market today where you have low inventory. They're willing to pay or go the extra mile because they already know what's going on with the home. All right, consider your representation. That's always the key thing, making sure that you're working with a professional to list your home where they do understand what the process is. There's so much and so many activity. It's more than, some people's like, oh, I'll just place the home on the MLS. It's way more than just placing the home on the MLS. Specifically, one, if you're placing it on the MLS, what information do you need to include with it? And, make sure you're getting your professional photographers, getting the home show ready, make sure you're doing staging for the home. there's so much that happens before it actually goes on the market. And then once it does go on the market, there's a set of activities. And then when it's on the market, you're going to receive offers and you're going to have another set of activities. It's more than just the price, trust me, because this is when people get frustrated and they have no idea of how much work is involved. And especially when you have, 10 to 20 offers in the first 24 hours for a home, that's a pretty big deal. So really consider your representation. Make sure that individual understands the market and is a professional and is looking out for your best interest when you are trying to sell your home. I call this one the SWOT analysis, and that's basically marketing strategy. There's so many new things that are out there right now, so many ways to market a home. Like I said, it's more than just placing a home on the MLS. You want to make sure that you're marketing it in a sense where you are considering top dollar. You want to consider top dollar. Depends on your situation. If you know certain repairs need to be done, you want to get as much as you can without having to make repairs to that home. If your home has everything taken care of and it is move-in ready, you want to make sure that you get top dollar for your home. You want people to pay over for your home that may be interested. So make sure that you have that clear understanding of how you are going to market that particular home and what the mindset is. If it has certain features, make sure that those features are highlighted. One of the big features right now, at least in my area or say in Florida or anywhere where it's warm, is to make sure that they have if they have a pool, make sure that that pool is highlighted. You will see a pool and it may have 6 or 8 pictures of just different angles of the pool because they're showing off the pool, especially if it has like a little deck or if it's screened in, has a bird cage around it. People are taking multiple pictures of that home so that they can showcase that particular feature of that home. So be sure to keep that in mind. Know what your marketing strategy is going in so that you can know how you can basically help your home shine amongst a number of other homes that, well, there won't be a lot of other homes on the market at this time, but amongst other homes that may be out there, and encourage buyers to want to pay a little bit more for your home because you've actually taken care of it and you've actually made the necessary repairs to it to help it be move-in ready and for you to receive top dollar. So tip number 6, I'm big on this right now for photography. For those who've been following me for a while, you know that a professional photographer is always the person I want you guys to use. Do not use your cell phones when you try to list your home, especially my for sale by owners. They want to try to sell their home, but they also want to take the pictures themselves. So they're doing everything themselves and not hiring these guys out to get the work done. And the reason being is because you have people that are moving to your area, wherever you are. They may be local, they may not be local. And the best thing that they have to be able to rate your home are the pictures. And not only that, one of the new norms, and it's always been there because I've always done this, but you see a lot more people doing it now, is actually doing virtual tours. So with the virtual tour, it gives the potential home buyer the opportunity to kind of do a walkthrough of the home. It's virtually done, but it gives them a better feel of the home. And the way that these tours are set up, it's a pretty almost accurate feel. I mean, obviously you can't touch the floor, you can't touch anything, but it gives you a great feel as in how it all lines up and how the home may be set up. So keep that in mind. Using a professional photographer, perhaps someone that would also do video if you got to hire a separate person to do video. You want people to see your home in the full detail. And excuse me. It seems like whenever I talk, because I'm not sleepy. I can tell you that, guys. I'm not sleepy. Tip number 7, being patient in this particular market. So when you are selling your home, you want to be patient because in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, I want to sell my home. I don't want to rush this process because I want to be able to get top dollar for my home. But not only understanding that, but also understand what your end goal is. Your end goal is kind of complicated because you want to sell your home, but not only sell your home, you also want to buy a home. So making sure that you're being patient in this process and understanding what's going on. You may have someone that needs to move. Hey, I have cash and I'm going to pay this amount, but I need to be in that home in 10 days. Well, that may not be enough time for you. So you may look at an offer that's saying, hey, I'm going to pay cash. I can move in 30 days. If you need an extra 30 days, let me know. And that's something that if I'm representing a buyer, if they have that flexibility, I'm saying, hey, we need to make sure that it's noted that we can close as fast as you want us to, or we can take our time at closing. So keep that in mind, being patient in this process. Now, on the buying side, I wanted to share 4 buying tips. And there's so many things that you would need to be aware of when you're actually making that transaction of listing your home, selling your home, then also buying a home. There's consideration of, like I said, your representation, making sure that you're working with someone that actually understands that selling a home and then buying a home process, understanding how it was and then how it is now, and then making it work. Because there's a lot of moving parts, especially when it comes down to moving trucks, when you're moving your furniture, turning on utilities, closing documents, transferring the monies from your closing to the process of you buying your home. There's a lot of different moving parts. You want to make sure that you're working with someone that really understands this process, but not only understands it, but is aware of what's supposed to happen. Because every transaction is not the same, but being primarily aware of the process is going to be very helpful. Buying before selling. That's something to consider. A lot of people, depending upon your purchasing power, you may be able to purchase a new home, buy a new home before you actually sell your current home. Okay. And what I mean by that is you may be able to, depending upon the individual, you may have closing costs, you may not have closing costs. You may have enough funds saved up so that you could handle the closing costs out of pocket. Then you want to know if it would make a difference if you made a larger down payment because you're getting a significant amount from the sale of your current home that you have. So this is a big consideration. There's a lot of moving parts. Those are some of the things, these scenarios. I mean, I could probably go on for a couple of hours just speaking in regards to the different scenarios that actually occur and that you may need to be aware of. So the ones that I'm bringing up today is just more or less saying, hey, make sure you're working with someone that is experienced and someone that truly knows what they are doing with not only helping you list your home and get your home sold for top dollar, but also the process of buying a new home. Consider new construction. And the reason I say this is because with new construction, there was, and still is, there's a shortage of supplies, but typically they give you a time frame. Before they would say, hey, from the dirt to finish, it takes this amount of time. But they haven't been able to do that because of the shortage of materials. They would start a project, but wouldn't be able to move through it as smoothly as they wanted. So they wait, at least with the number of buyers that are here in the Tampa Bay area, what they're waiting is until they get to a certain phase where they actually have the trusses on the home. And then from that point, they can pretty much know the time frame that it's going to take for the remaining of the home to be completed. So that's something to consider, that say once it does get the trusses, it may take another 60 days before it's finished. If that's the case, that may be the time and point where you purchase your home, where you get it under contract, and then you go ahead and list your home that you have right now and get that sold, because in the way that the market is right now and the condition of your home and your market, you're probably going to get a contract on that property within a week. And if it's within a week, that person is probably going to want to close, if it's financed or whoever, anywhere between 30 to 45 days. So with that being said, that may put you in a better position versus saying, I'm going to go ahead and think about listing my home and see if I can find something on the market. It's not working that way. A lot of those individuals that were thinking about listing a home and then purchasing, they decided not to go through with the process because there was nothing that they can choose from. So consider new construction, where it would be a great opportunity for you to play with your time frame that you may have. And a big one, last one I listed here is kind of big, but I said leverage savings, leverage retirement funds, consider a HELOC, and also consider a bridge loan. And for those, if you are in a position where you have a significant amount in your retirement or your savings, that could be used as part of a larger amount to put down on a home, which will put you in a better position, obviously financially, as well as payment-wise each month as well. And there are ones, especially with the retirement funds, because I've seen it, I've worked with a few loan officers where they have programs where they will refinance your home. If you use some type of retirement funds or anything along those lines, they will do like a refi at the purchase rate of a home. You know, obviously there's more detail to it, but that's generally how it works. They'll do a refinance so that way you can pay back your retirement funds. A HELOC. If you know you're going to get, if you know your home is already has a large amount of equity in it, you may be able to do a HELOC, and that is basically a home equity line of credit. And if you're able to do that, then you are able to take that loan against your current home, use that to go down towards your new home, and you're making sure that you're selling your home not only at whatever is left, what is owed on it, but also including that HELOC loan and have it covered, because the equity is there, you know, and obviously you got to know the numbers. It's important. And then they have what's called a bridge loan. It's basically as you're going through the process of selling your home, they'll go ahead and finance or provide you with funding that will help you acquire your new home that you are buying. So these are some thinking outside the box tips that will be very helpful on the buying side. Like I said, right now, there is some confusion on the listing side, just because there's so much going on and so many different steps. And how do you transition from listing your home and buying your next home? These are some major tips here that will help you do that and help you get through the process. Once again, I'll repeat, be patient. Be patient in this process, because what happens is when you're looking at this process, it's every closing, and at least every deal that I've had, every closing that I've had, none of them are the same. Nothing happened the same exact way. There was always something in there that either threw a monkey wrench in it or made us pivot. It's always something going on. So always keep that in mind. Okay, guys. So those are the selling and buying tips that I wanted to share with you guys today. For those who are thinking about selling their homes, you know, be sure to check out one of these free websites here that'll help you get a free home evaluation. It's called showmyhomeestimate.com. Check that website out. It takes 2 minutes to give you a report on the activity that's going on in your neighborhood. Let me know what you guys think. If you are in the Tampa Bay area and you're considering doing this report, go right ahead. And obviously, if you're thinking about buying, selling, or even investing in the Tampa Bay area, I want you to check me out. You know, give me a call or even reach out to me. Check out my website, realestatewithchrisbrown.com. And for those who find this information to be of value, please be sure to follow me on social media. I talk about a few different things. Like I said, it's not just about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about building generational wealth and different entrepreneur activities that we have that's going on. You can follow me on social media. My handle is @ChrisBrownREPro. Facebook, Instagram is good. I also have a podcast that's out there. You got to check it out. You got to check it out. So it should be in the links here with this video. You should be able to click on one of those links that send you over to the podcast, the YouTube channel, the other social media platforms. But thank you guys. This is Chris Brown with another great and amazing episode of State of the Real Estate Market with Chris Brown. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. Like, share this information with someone else that you know. I'm sure that they'll find it valuable, and hopefully this brings you value as well. So you guys take care. Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur.